Hello and welcome back to the spoilerCast. This is the first hello and welcome you hear of this episode. By the way, thank you so much for supporting us here on Patreon or as a member on YouTube. Thank you so much. But you're going to hear another one because I'm not going to edit that out. I just want to say this episode, I'm going to say that again, but I want to say it now because it's the first one. We mentioned in our Long Walk episode, the horrors of capitalism. And Rebecca had for a long time she had some questions about capitalism, is what she told me. You told me capitalism, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So we thought, hey, what a perfect time for me to actually help her understand a little better. I'm no expert, but I know a little bit more than she does, I suppose. And after conversation, I'm kidding. It turns out I know a lot more than she does. No, yes. So, as you can see, the length of this episode, it's quite long, and I even edited out some
dead air,
long pauses, and dead air, because we kind of got into it over, kind of a capitalist issue, intellectual property, and I think we, for the most part, because the first part of it was just talking about EA and why people are mad at them for still monetizing a 10-year-old game, The Sims 4, right? I think we more or less agreed on that, right?
Yes.
They can, of course, they're in their complete right to still charge people for new DLC, but you can also see why people are kind of like, do you really need more money? Right. We agreed on that.
Yeah.
Where we kind of did not agree was on the intellectual property thing, because intellectual property when it comes to individuals, I'm all for it. Of course, you can't just fucking steal people talking about. But in my head, since we were talking about capitalism, and since Rebecca had said she wanted to ask me questions about capitalism, I tied it into the larger question of intellectual property as a part of capitalism. We never got to, which we shouldn't do a follow-up to this, but we never got to, intellectual property when it comes to, medicine and stuff like that. But that's where it's even worse, and we kind of got stuck
far
on,
beyond our comprehension.
Yeah, we got stuck on what people usually think of when they think of intellectual property, art, design, yes. We talked a lot about clothes, but, design, music, video games, whatever. And where I kept arguing for it as a bigger problem. Rebecca was just arguing the moral conundrum of just DIY artists taking inspiration, just remaking other people's designs.
Yes.
And we got into a pretty heated argument, and the episode ends very abruptly with me just saying, we should just quit. I don't even say bye. I just turned off because I was literally, when we said goodbye, I literally wanted to throw something because I was so frustrated. I wasn't angry. I was frustrated because the thing is, I think in all of the screaming, we did agree.
Yes, we agree
on intellectual property as a theory.
Semantics of it.
Yeah, where I couldn't reach you was the practical use. Or misuse, I would say, abuse of intellectual property, and that's where we started literally screaming at each other to the point where I couldn't hear you because Discord noise gated your microphone at some points. But I just wanted to say we're fine now. We're not angry at each other.
No,
right?
No, we're not angry.
We're okay. I guess we're okay. No, I'm kidding.
We have a difference of opinion when it comes to certain details, but the overall, of course, capitalism is bad. We know that. For Christ's sake.
Yeah, because I started accusing you of killing people when you buy cheap clothing and stuff, and it's just you got a little too far.
Bit far.
A little far, yeah.
But yes.
I just wanted to say that, and we're fine now. And I was even should we really upload this? Because even though I'm arguing for the thing that people usually say is the right thing to argue for, I was like, I'm not sure. Am I making sense, or am I saying stupid things? I don't know, but fuck it, we'll upload it. I don't know. 3 people are going to listen to it anyway, so who cares? In the future, though, when we have more listeners to pay for it, then it's going to be a problem.
We'll deal with it.
But That's a later problem. That's future Vic and future Tobias have to do with. Yeah.
Who cares?
So I just wanted to say that. Say a proper goodbye, I suppose. Thank you so much for listening.
Please enjoy us ranting and yelling for about 2 hours.
Yeah, and if you want to leave a comment with your opinions, go ahead. Just know that we probably... This is, like you said, you should never discuss religion or politics. This is us getting it out of the system.
We're done now.
Yeah, with your friends, you never discuss religion or politics, because this is just what happens, you know.
Yeah, probably. Usually.
Yeah. But that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, and welcome back to the spoilerCast, the show we talk about movies, and we don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me, as always, is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And if you're listening to this, you are a supporter on Patreon, or you're a member on YouTube. So thank you so much for supporting us. Tell all your friends and family. Yeah. Thank you. This is gonna be a little bit of a different episode. I mean, we usually do a companion piece. This is still a companion piece with The Long Walk, sort of. But we're gonna get even more ranty this time because we don't actually have a movie this time to talk about. Instead, we are going to talk about capitalism.
I mean, it's we've talked about it in a sense before, when we talk about a certain company that we don't like doing certain things just for money.
Yes.
This kind of falls under the same issue here. I'm just opening up the conversation to a wider subject.
Yeah, and we were, of course, discussing during our long walk discussion, we kind of got into the conversation of capitalism. Why anyone would do this?
Yes.
Do the long walk. And it's like real life real life what it's called?
Comparison?
Yeah, comparison sort of. Yeah, exactly.
That's not the word you were looking for, but I hope it works.
No, but it works. And Rebecca has been telling me for a while now, a few months, maybe even longer, that she had some questions about capitalism.
It falls under capitalism.
Yeah.
It's more about, like, I guess, social media and people's issues with capitalism. Because I don't understand what the issue with capitalism is, if I'm being honest. I get it, but I don't get it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not gonna call myself an expert or anything, but I guess I know more than you do.
Maybe you can just make me understand, or tell me I'm an idiot for thinking the way I think.
Maybe I can answer some of her questions. And we were like, how can we do that as a podcast? And then since the conversation veered towards capitalism, I was like, hey, let's take this opportunity to actually do that, so we can get this over with, basically.
I can get it out of my system.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we can start with mentioning then again what we did in the video about the long walk, about the whole choosing to do such a thing for a possibility of an award of that kind, money, because we both said that, like, joining the long walk to get money sounds stupid. To maybe get money sounds stupid.
Yeah, to have a 1% chance. Well, in the movie, I guess it's a 2% or whatever.
Yeah, but still, a very slim chance of getting untold riches.
Mm.
Did we liken it to YouTubers? Yeah, we talked about Mr. Beast and stuff.
Yeah, and his completely tone deaf Squid Games videos.
Yeah,
and then his own actual like game show, Beast Games, which was literally just Squid Games, but without the murder.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah.
No, so my gripe with it is that people on YouTube keep complaining that YouTubers are doing the wrong thing when they're making money, and then they make money off of the videos they make complaining about people making money.
Mm.
Worse, though, for me, is when YouTubers make videos complaining about companies making money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the issue with the company making money? And the biggest one in my little sphere is EA.
Well,
Because you know I played The Sims. I've mentioned it before, I think.
yes.
I played The Sims 4 for an eternity. And every single time they release a new pack or something, there's someone complaining about it being expensive. How they should give us more free stuff. And I'm like, you don't have to buy it, first of all.
No.
And of course they have to make money. How else are they supposed to pay people's salaries?
Well.
To make more stuff. I mean, yes, I know they make a lot of money, but still.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just expect them to give it to you for free all the time. Can you?
No. But, well, here's the thing.
See?
EA,
There we go. Yes.
Hold on. I was gonna look something up.
EA did just sell, though, so that's before they sold off their own shit to some whatever.
The Sims 4 is free now, right?
The original base game, yes, is free, and along with a few other, like, you can get some stuff free.
Yeah.
But they have
And
a bunch of packs and stuff that are not free.
Yeah.
Which...
The Sims 4 came out in 2014, so it's over 10 years old now.
Yes.
Well, first of all, we need to talk about EA, because Electronic Arts.
Yes.
Because the whole thing, they have to make money. They make so much money in really terrible ways. That's the thing. They were the ones that... They didn't start the whole loot box, microtransaction thing. Well, no, I was wrong. They did.
Yeah,
they did. They were the first company to like integrate loot box and microtransactions into their games to the point where it ruined the games. I don't know if you remember Dead Space 3. Where they
had loot boxes?
Not loot boxes, but had microtransactions. Because Dead Space, the first and second game already had, it had crafting. You could You could upgrade your weapons and armor and stuff, and you could buy
stuff you found and such.
Yeah,
right?
you found nodes, and you could like. I think it was just nodes. No, it was money as well. You found money somehow. I don't remember.
But it's like in-game buying.
Yeah, it was just loot you found in the game.
Yeah.
But then in the third game, they introduced, they kind of upped it where you could like, the crafting was a lot more, elaborate.
Uh-huh.
And it was a lot more expensive.
Sure.
So you had this little like droid you could send out that I think in real time looked for scrap that you could use to turn into money. Mm-hmm. Or, and that, like, it was in real time. I think even when you turn the game off, you could just let it, like, go, and it would come back. But it took, like, hours and hours then. So, like, if you waited overnight, maybe. I might be wrong about that. But I remember, like...
It took a long time.
It took a long time for you to get any sort of money that could actually get you anything good in the crafting, yeah. Or, you could just buy money. Or buy in-game currency. Off of PlayStation Store or whatever. Because I played on PlayStation. So you could build the best weapon. And that was like the first time that was a big thing. At least that I remember. And it kind of, it's this like you already paid for the game. Why do I have to pay more money for a thing that's already in the game?
Was the weapons that you could build integral to complete the game?
No. But that's not how people see it. Like people's like, but I want the better gun, and so I'm gonna buy currency. I'm gonna spend an extra $100 on the game, even though I already paid $60 or whatever it was back then, $50 to buy it. It's just another way to make money off of the consumers.
Yeah.
and it's and that was just the beginning. Because here you literally bought currency so you could upgrade your weapons. Okay, so you knew what you were buying. But then a few years later, in Battlefront 2, the Star Wars shooter game, they had their the loot boxes. I mean, a bunch of video games have loot boxes. Had back then, still have, but it was specifically egregious with them because of how hard they pushed for the loot box thing, where you could get like skins for weapons, or in some cases even like I think new characters. But the thing was, they were locked to the loot box thing, where you could not just like, oh, but I want to buy Darth Vader. I want to play as Darth Vader. I'll give you the money to play. No. You have to buy the loot boxes and maybe
and hope you get him, because it was
gambling.
Yeah.
It was a lottery. And it was
it's a blind box as well. Yeah.
Yes. So they were basically making children, because children are playing the game.
Sure.
It's PG-16, doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Children are going to play the game. They're going to put mommy's credit card in, and they're going to, buy hundreds of dollars of loot boxes because they don't care. So yeah, they're making children do gambling.
Yeah.
To the point where they were like the I think the UN or something. They were just told like, stop! You cannot do this anymore. At least not in Europe. We have certain morals where you can't make kids do gambling. So they had to like stop. But they called it like a. It's not gambling. It's they call it like a surprise mechanic or something.
Yeah,
like,
something like that.
No, that's like saying like, oh, it's not rape. It's surprise sex.
Jesus Christ.
Not this, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
You're trying to make it sound better. Like,
yeah.
No. You're making children gamble, and that's not good.
No.
And that continued to this day. I don't know. Have you tried the new Skate game?
No, but I've seen enough videos of people going like, you can't buy basically any new clothing items or skins or anything unless you actually pay for them.
Yeah. Because the little stuff you get in-game currency that you get from like doing daily, the fucking daily grind thing, it's like a mobile game. I tried it for a couple of days. First of all, they just didn't nail the feeling. It didn't feel like the old Skate games.
No, it looks a little bit weird.
It wasn't, the actual Skate part of it wasn't terrible. But I as not just like, oh, I'm a Skate 3. No, I'm a Skate 1 veteran.
We started from the first.
Yeah. I've been playing Skate for 20 years. Okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, it just did not. It felt more like Skate 3, which was where I thought the franchise kind of like fell off.
I've forgotten how Skate 3 is. In my head, it's all Skate 2.
Yeah,
because that's the one I played most.
Skate 1, yeah, I played Skate 1 most. But beyond that, so yeah, the feeling's a little off gameplay wise. The big problem is like, the big problem is the aesthetics of the game, because that's also like, it's all like fun and inclusive, and like everybody loves skating in this city.
Yeah,
it's like the mayor is a skater, and he wants you to promote the city by doing skating. It's like, no, skating's supposed to be counterculture. Come on. You don't want like an official state sanctioned app for you to skate with. This is the whole point of skating is to like,
it's rebellious.
Defy the system. It's rebellious. What the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, but the big problem. So beyond that, because it's all about inclusivity nowadays. That's what the Gen Zs and Gen Alphas like for some reason.
Yep.
But the worst part is, they push so hard all the time for you to buy new stuff, express yourself with this cool beanie that cost you $20. It's like, what the fuck?
You're paying the price for a real beanie just to have it in game.
In the game, yeah. It's not $20, but it's a lot of money for like and you're like, oh, but we do give you in-game currency for just playing the game. Yeah, like so you can buy stickers.
Yeah.
And not real stickers that come in the mail. No, stickers you can put on your digital skateboard.
Which you won't see because it's mostly facing the ground.
Yeah. And that's I mean, look at how they're doing with the FIFA games now, or FC or whatever they're called now. Yeah. The Ultimate Team thing. You know what? You should ask your boyfriend how much money he has spent on the Ultimate Team thing, the card collecting, player collecting thing.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I do know that he doesn't buy a lot of them extra, because you do get some from doing the challenges and stuff, and he does grind. I know he does that.
Yeah.
But it's insane, I know. See, but that's the difference, though. I don't approve or appreciate the loot boxes or the fucking blind boxes things or the card pulls and shit that people pay extra for. I don't get it. I don't understand why you would do that. I've done it once in a mobile game, and I literally gave my phone to my boyfriend and told him to delete the game before I start wasting more money.
Yeah. I've done it too. I'm actually like now playing a game where I've spent probably a couple of 100 crowns.
Yeah.
When I really shouldn't. But it's so like, it's just 29 crowns and I can continue.
I know.
And I've done that 10 times.
I did it once in Pokemon Go and went, no more. That's it.
Yeah.
This one time is fine, because I've managed to... Hey, Google does it too. You can get discounts and like rewards in your Google Play app from playing mobile games, which gives you points, which you can buy in-game money for. It's so weird. But my issue with it is that people are complaining about a company making more content on top of what they already have given us for the past 10 years. Keep giving us upgrades and new stuff. And sprinkled into all of these that you have to buy, you also get free updates, which have changed the game enormously over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
In The Sims 4 specifically now, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, they've added features that... Like, I don't think they had pools when The Sims 4 came out. That was a free update after a couple of years.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that, yeah. Well, well, that's the thing then. Pools were a thing in the first The Sims game. Why wasn't The Sims base game? Why wasn't that included in the base game of Sims 4?
Because if they released and added everything that was included in The Sims 1, 2, and 3 in the base game for The Sims 4, it would have been huge to release at once. They needed time to add some stuff. They've added most of the things. The only thing that doesn't exist now, that did exist in The Sims 3 at least, is cars. You can't have your own car yet.
Oh, okay.
Everything else has, over time, been included. And mostly, not all of it, but mostly for free.
Okay.
Still, people are like, oh, you can't buy all these packs, they're releasing all these... They call it almost microtransactions when they have these, oh my god, what do they call them? The newer ones. There was a tiny packs that cost like $5. Kits. They're called kits.
Oh, right, yeah.
Where you get like 20 items. It's either furniture or clothing items. I think you pay about $5 for them.
Yeah.
You get 20 items. I don't think that's too bad. You don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
And The Sims 4 is a game that is openly collaborating and including free custom-made content by players. CC content.
Yeah.
You can download custom-made content by a random Sims player.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay them, you pay them. If you don't, they usually release it for free.
Yeah.
And it works perfectly in-game.
Yeah.
There's no issue with The Sims 4 or EA, like, blocking it. You don't have to, like, have a cheat or anything.
Yeah.
So why are people complaining that EA is selling games still for The Sims 4, upgrades for The Sims 4, add-ons?
Because first of all, it's a 10-year-old game, and I looked it up. Yes, this is just Steam numbers, but I guess most people are playing it on
either Steam or directly in EA app.
Yeah, exactly. So 24 minutes ago, they had 21,000 people playing it. Over the last 24 hours, the peak was 35,000. Oh, but it's kind of funny. That's kind of weird. I guess it's because the game was probably mostly sold through EA Origin, so I can only see the Steam numbers. But still, like the all-time peak. Oh wait, hold on.
I don't know if you can see that stuff in EA's.
No, I know the Steam has it. All-time peak is only 96,000.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, but that's on Steam, like I said, on Steam. But here's also the thing. like how much? So yeah, there's still like around 30,000 people playing it every day. 20 to 30,000 people playing it. And they have received. It says here, this is Wikipedia. So they have 85 million players. It says across all platforms as of May 2024, and 31 million of those were gained since it went free to play.
Yeah,
but and it wasn't like around 2019, like about 5 years ago, right? Or was it less? It doesn't matter. But EA reported that in 2019, the game had generated over $1 billion in total revenue, including the DLC packages. They 6 years ago they had made $1 billion off the game.
Yes.
Yeah. So see if we can find the Sims 4 production cost. Let's see here. Reddit. Like you can't get any clear answers there. Game development cost and content. The shocking cost of whatever. God damn it. Okay, let's.
I found a website it's called activeplayer.io.
Oh. It
doesn't say where they're getting their stats from, but as of 17 minutes ago, they had 21,789 players at the moment.
Yeah, that's probably they're probably getting it from Steam charts.
99,551 is their ultimate peak.
Yeah, so I'm probably getting the similar numbers from Steam charts. Okay, but let's just count really high that the game back in 2014 cost $100 million to make.
Sure.
Yeah. Since then, they have recuperated that 100 times over.
Sure.
Do they really need to make more money?
It's a company, of course they do.
Yeah, but that's just from one game, Rebecca. They also do all the Star Wars games. Hey, let's look how much money they make off of FIFA. Then, it's. I'm not saying it's not their biggest offense. Like, oh, I'm sorry for charging you for the work we do. Now, I don't disagree with that, but it's also like, how much money do you need?
But that's how the world works, no?
No, it's not how the world works. It's how capitalism works. As a company, they made from one game have made $1 billion. Yeah, and they have. And let's count really high. They've spent, now because they've kept updating everything, they've spent $200 million making it. They've still made 5 times that back from one game.
Yes.
And there's this, and it's the same thing. Like this whole thing with that every company has to expand each year. Otherwise, they're not, like, just making enough money to pay everyone is not enough. They have to keep making more money. Otherwise, they're failing as a company.
Yeah.
I never understood that. Like as long as
from a business perspective, then.
Yeah.
As an employee, you expect to get a higher salary each year. You expect to get a raise. Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Because due to inflation, everything around you starts costing more money each year. So you need to make more money to be able to pay your now higher rent and higher cost of groceries and all that stuff. So yes, it's a bad circle. Because if we didn't make more money, they couldn't raise their prices, I guess. And if they didn't raise their prices, then no one would have to make their companies make more money. And in that sense, the value of the dollar wouldn't increase, I suppose.
Ah.
Problem is, we've been in that loop for like 100 years now.
Yeah.
Getting out of it is impossible. So why sit and complain that a game that you, as a YouTuber, make loads of money on, make a living off of, make a more than a comfortable living off of?
Yeah.
Why sit and complain in a video about the company that is literally paying your fucking salary?
They're not paying her salary or their salary. Are they
have
paid by
promo
EA?
codes now that they get paid.
Oh, okay.
When
but
people when people buy the games, the add-ons, and put their code in, they get 5%.
Yeah.
Of that sale. Pure. That's just money taken away from EA and given to that YouTuber.
Yeah, and that's
they get paid to do collaborations where they get to design packs.
And these people who get paid are complaining.
Yes. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them.
Okay, that sounds weird then. Because
right?
Wouldn't EA say, well, how about we don't collaborate with you anymore?
No, because they're still making those videos. They're still promoting every other pack. They're still daily putting out videos of them building or playing The Sims.
But they're promoting the packs, but they're criticizing them at the same time? That doesn't make sense.
No, but they are.
Can you show me this? That sounds insane. What company would pay a person to criticize them?
EA, apparently. I mean, they're not the biggest haters. They're obviously being kind of sneaky about it sometimes. But they are telling us that, I know it's expensive and you don't have to buy it. In the same video that they're promoting the new pack.
Well, that's not complaining. That's just saying like, oh, it's not so. That's just marketing. It's not that. It's not. You don't have to pay for it, but but it is kind of cool and it's not that expensive.
And they also complain that it's not up to par. That they're like, this is glitchy. I don't like it. They didn't do that. They could have done this better. That's reviewing, I know, but like.
And they're being paid to say this.
They're given the packs for free, and sometimes they're getting paid. Yes.
Okay. That is weird. Yeah.
Then of course you have other YouTubers who just complain and they don't actually play the game. They don't show the game. They don't do anything. They just complain that EA's making more money.
Yeah. Yeah,
but like, are they not supposed to make money, or are they supposed to start giving out everything for free?
No, but that's the thing. It's not that black and white. It's not like, oh, everything should be free, or oh, it should be everything. It's just like there must be some sort of like, there must be a ceiling on the greed. Like,
they started giving out more free stuff.
Well, yeah, because they've made $1 billion. They're still making money. 11 years later, they're still making money off the game. Like, it's not specifically. It's just a symptom of the disease.
Sure.
That they can give you like, oh, here you go, a free sweater for your Sims, and then he's like, and how about you pay $10 for this couch set or whatever? I'm generalizing.
Yes.
But it's you know what they could do? Just stop making things. Stop making the paid things. Stop making the free things. Because at this point, there must be hundreds of thousands of new furnitures and clothes and stuff for your characters.
Sure,
and how much do these 35,000 people actually need in their game? it's that as well, because they know that even if some people are going to complain, they're still going to get, half of them are going to pay for it. So they're like, we don't care as long as we make some more money off of this thing that like 3 people in their office is still working on. They're pulling in like like $50,000 a month. Like, why? What is the point? They're just making more money. And that's from a game that barely any people play anymore. Imagine how much money they make off of FIFA. Imagine how much money they make off of NHL. Imagine how much money they make off of Apex Legends. These games as services that they keep going. I don't know what other games they
promote on their.
Yeah.
Well, I mostly see The Sims, obviously.
Yeah.
When I open EA.
But then it's also it's not just that. It's also the fact that they kill off as soon as the studio stop making, not like going not failing in selling games, but just like oh, we're not making enough money off of you. We're gonna shut you down.
That's dumb.
Yeah. Because
That part I don't agree with.
And that's also a symptom of capitalism. It's like, well, these people, like, obviously, as a company, they're still in the green. They're making money every year.
Obviously.
And they're growing every year. So, why fire these people? You're still making money as a whole. It's just, these people aren't making as much money as we want them to. Get rid of them. And they're like I mentioned Dead Space before. First of all, Dead Space 3 was also criticized for being more of an action game than a horror game.
Sure.
But part of that was EA wanted it to be more mainstream, so they kind of pushed for the weird multiplayer co-op multiplayer story and everything, because multiplayer was all the rage back then. It was becoming, everything has to be multiplayer. But it was also, of course, them pushing the very aggressive monetization of the game that made people not like the game. So it didn't sell well enough. It only sold 3 million copies. And that was enough for them to say, yeah, we're not going to make Dead Space 4, even though the game ends with a fucking cliffhanger. And we're also going to kill the company, Visual Games. Gone. They just liquidated it. Fired all the people. Not all the people, but I'm sure they
redistributed them
into other companies. But I know some people left. So now we'll never gonna see Dead Space again. And they started a new company, Krafton, and they made that Callisto Protocol game, but it wasn't as good. Right. I still think people hated on it too much. But whatever, it doesn't matter. They killed a company that had been around almost longer than EA, Westwood Studios. They made one of the most legendary franchises of all time, Command & Conquer. EA bought up Command & Conquer and bought up Westwood and just kept milking it. We make more Command & Conquer games, make more Red Alert games, start making mobile games. And then it just became... It went from one of the most famous RTS franchises of all time to just this garbage. They keep pumping out shit games. It's not fun anymore. So people stopped buying the games, and then it was you're not making us money anymore. We're gonna liquidate Westwood. Bye bye. And they've done this with Bullfrog, with Pandemic, who made the Star Wars Battlefront games. And it's just As soon as they milked anything they can out of a beloved franchise or company, and they stop making money because they force them to make worse and worse products, because how long can you keep making the same thing over and over again? They just say, bye bye, you're gone. We've squeezed everything we can out of you. Please leave.
So kind of like Marvel and Disney and all that.
Yes.
Sure.
EA is the video game equivalent of Disney at this point. They're just making they're making garbage content and just squeezing everything they can out of the companies that keep buying up, and squeezing every penny they can out of all the players, because for some reason people want to keep buying new football players. Players that should be in the game already.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The Sims is just one little part of it.
That's true.
They're doing this across the entire spectrum of capitalism. Every game they make. It's like Ubisoft. How many times can you do Assassin's Creed? There's 20 games.
Yeah. Those I'm tired of. That's true.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as with The Sims. They keep pushing out games and expecting you to buy them, and then they're making DLC stuff. One of the most egregious ones there was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Somebody figured out how long you actually had to play to unlock everything without buying extra, assassin bucks or whatever. I don't know what it's called. And it was 1,000 hours of grinding to get everything to
that's
100% the game. Yeah. And that's not the fun story. No, that's just you doing grinding to get money to buy a new skin for your axe or whatever, or get a new beard braid, or I don't know, whatever you bought in that game. I never played it.
Never played it? At all?
No.
Oh, okay.
I stopped
played it some.
I stopped caring around the last one I bought was Unity, and I'd kind of given up already at that point.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with this specific.
Sure, fine, yes, no, I agree. EA in that sense is greedy and all that shit, and it's bullshit. But I still have to defend a franchise that I've been playing since I was like 10.
Okay.
Like, The Sims is EA. It's nothing, they didn't get it from anywhere else, as far as I know.
It's Maxis, and EA distributed it.
Yeah, but it's been in with EA since fucking The Sims 1.
Yes,
which is 20 years ago.
25 years ago.
25 years ago.
I'm pretty sure it's 2000, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, but
and yeah, sure. When they decided to scrap The Sims 3 and they ended up doing The Sims 4, it's like, well, why are you doing this? But they've been staying in the same game at least for the last 10 years, only adding to it. They're not making you buy a completely new game as they do with FIFA.
Yeah. FIFA.
They're not making you like, yeah, I don't know. I keep saying it FIFA. I can't say FIFA. It's in Swedish then. It's British or Swedish. It's not American.
No, yeah, sure.
They at least they keep going with it. It's not giving up and making you restart all the time.
Yeah, but why do you, like I said, do you really need more lamps and couches and rugs for the game?
Yeah, same as you evolve your designs in real life, you want to evolve designs in The Sims.
Okay.
I can shamelessly tell you that I have bought 95% of everything they have released for The Sims 4.
I know.
I haven't bought the latest one yet. And there's a couple of kits that I've skipped because I'm not interested in the things in them.
Yeah.
Which is the thing. If you're not interested in what they're putting into that specific pack or kit, you skip it.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy it.
Yeah. That's how you work, but a lot of people have, then they have FOMO. They're like, but I gotta buy it because I saw the other people using it. I have to have it for my favorite game. And those are the people that are like, yes, if we keep making money, those people, or if we keep making content, those people will keep buying it. Instead of just leave the game as it is.
What is you always quote, people are dumb.
Yeah, most people are dumb. Yeah. And those are the whales that they can make money off of. They're called whales, the people that spend. There's also something, I don't know if it's every game, but I've heard a while ago, but still, like, there are some games that are like propped up, they have thousands of players, but most of them doesn't really spend much money on DLC or microtransactions. But the games keep making money off of like 10 players that spends hundreds, thousands of dollars on the game. And they're like, yeah,
just
whatever.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Isn't that on the consumer? Why is that blaming the company?
Because they see the people are weak. So like, yes, we can exploit that. If we keep poking at them like, get this, they'll keep buying it. Because they want, instead of like, no, don't spend your money on this. Like, we already made $1 billion. We're gonna stop, we'll put out like 1 pack a year, but it's gonna be free. Like, no, they're like, yes, we can make more money. Why?
Why not?
Well, that's what we have. It's that, but it's that. What's it called? I can't think.
Instelling.
Instelling,
mindset.
That's that mindset that is slowly erasing the middle class. So there's only going to be the billionaires and homeless people, because they've cashed out the middle class. Either the middle class goes full psycho and become the billionaires, or they lose all their money and end up on the streets. Because why shouldn't we make more money?
Yeah, but how would you solve it then? Like, how would you change it? You just tell the big companies to stop charging people for things.
I'm not saying I can solve it. That doesn't mean
but like,
that doesn't mean I have to like it. That's the thing.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I just My gripe is that people who are complaining about the shit are still buying it. Like, if you hate it so much, stop buying it.
Yeah. And I agree.
That doesn't make sense to me.
But that's not a well, it is sort of a capitalism problem, but it's more that's more a
because they're buying it so they
people
can
are
make
dumb.
videos out of it so they can make money out of it.
Which is also
Isn't
symptom
that
of
just-
capitalism. Yeah.
But isn't that like what's it called?
Hypocritical?
Hypocritical, yes.
Yes. Same as it is calling loot boxes a surprise mechanic. Like they're all,
Yes.
and that's what capitalism is. It's hypocritical. Because it's not about it's just about making money. It's not about making anything good. It's just about making money. But
you can't say this though. You can't do like I've just done. You can't say that YouTubers are making money off of big companies because they're like stealing they're just like they're using their products to make more money, because that's rude, isn't it? You can complain about big pharma making money out of the little people, but little people making money out of the big people is fine.
Well, that's also
because that's my second topic. So to speak.
Yeah.
Again, it revolves around YouTubers because I'm so fucking done with YouTubers sometimes, and I know we post on YouTube, but it's fine.
Okay, well, we're not making any money, so
no, exactly. All these like DIY channels and people who like make their own furniture or clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
They usually, not always, mostly, look at furniture on expensive websites or in expensive stores.
Yeah.
And they go, I want that, but I don't want to pay $400 for it, so I'm going to make it myself.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
That's stealing someone's idea and copying it. Hold on. No one complains when a DIYer copies a expensive brand's design.
Uh-huh.
But if an expensive brand copies a design of a smaller brand, that is the worst thing in the world.
A smaller brand or a smaller... No. Hold on. Because you said a YouTuber copies the design of an expensive brand?
Yeah.
So they make it for themselves? Are they making it to sell it?
Sometimes.
Okay. But then you said, but if a big brand steals from a small brand, that's bad. Yes, because they're making money off of something they stole. The one
but
YouTuber...
the small brands are also making money out of it because they're making a video on it that will continue to give them money and revenue.
What?
I mean, if a YouTuber... You make money off of YouTube videos.
Yeah, but... Hold on. Is it a YouTuber or is it a company, a brand? You're saying both.
The same sometimes.
Okay. But there's... It's one thing if one YouTuber looks at a Gucci bag and makes it out of trash and it looks the same and they make one bag for themselves. That's fine. That's just being inventive. That's just being
But
crafty.
when they're telling you that you can dupe this bag by doing this, they're telling people you can make your own bag, showing you exactly how to get the materials and all the right things for 1/10 of the price.
Yeah.
Isn't that stealing clients from Gucci?
No, because they're not making any money.
But they are making money from the video.
Oh, from the video, yeah.
Stealing designs is stealing designs. No?
Well, I don't know how intellectual property works for clothes. I don't know. That's
if you have a design, you usually have a copyright to it, just like with like movies and stuff.
Yeah, but
or a trademark.
Yeah, but the thing is,
the term is.
Yeah, but as long as you don't sell that, you're not stealing anything. You're just copying. That's also. Wait, are you on the company's side?
Yes.
There? Like, instead of making it for yourself, you should pay the $1,000 for this bag. Like.
Yeah, because someone designed it. Someone worked to make that bag.
Yeah,
and now you're just gonna
they're
throw their labor in their face and go, I'm just gonna do it myself.
No. Well, first of all,
then complain. Usually,
first of all, they're proving that the bag is not worth $1,000 because you can make it on your own for.
It's not. It's usually not the same quality though.
No, but okay, yeah, sure.
You are paying for the brand. I know that, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm. Then we can go. Then I don't know. We're talking about brands. I don't know which brand, but then we start talking about like fast fashion and the slave labor that goes into making all those clothes and how it's how stuff like not even just Temu or Shein, but stuff like H&M, which is one of the most popular brands in the world.
Sure.
Is literally ruining the planet with their labor and their fucking
pollution.
Thank you. Yes, pollution. So I don't see like they don't and beyond a couple of, let's say 100 people are stealing their designs and making their clothes for themselves. They're still making billions of dollars every year.
But that's morally wrong if you're stealing someone else's design.
But it's not stealing, it's copying.
Yeah, so when a bigger brand is copying a smaller brand, isn't that fine then? No, because they're making more money out of it.
They're making money off of it. You can't say that someone who shows you how to make a shirt, like make this shirt, but for less money than you have to pay for it if you buy the real thing. They don't make money off of the shirt. They make money off of the video, and that's ad revenue. They're not selling the design. They're not selling the shirt. People aren't paying them to learn how to make the shirt. That's just ads on YouTube. And obviously H&M or whatever, Fendi, Gucci, I don't know, whoever, they are not considering it theft since they're not suing the person.
No, but if they would, do you think people would support them?
No.
No.
Because that's not stealing. It isn't. And yes, that's where I'll be a little fucking socialist, gay, woke, communist, and like, fuck you. You make billions of dollars, and this guy who makes maybe $20,000 a year if he's like a successful YouTuber, you don't need that guy's money. You have money.
But why can't the... No, I get what you're saying, but I don't agree.
Okay.
Because the stealing a design is stealing a design. Even if you're just doing it for yourself, you're still stealing someone's design. It's like copying someone's fucking homework. You're not making any money off of it. You probably won't get an equally good grade, but you're still copying someone. You're still taking the time someone has put into making that thing, and just, for a fraction of that time, reaping some of the benefits.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No.
Isn't that rude?
No. Not when it's one... No.
I find it rude.
Well, but you have... I don't see why I don't see why we should be considerate or care about what a $1 billion company thinks. Why?
Because behind that $1 billion company is a bunch of humans working.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of them...
So just because they make more money than us, we don't have to be considerate towards
Yes,
them?
because how do they make the money? From slave labor, from polluting, from milking the consumer out of money. They're not making the money in a good way.
But the fucking designer just makes the drawings and does the first mock-up isn't doing that.
But
they're just drawing and sewing.
Yeah, and they get paid for it.
Yeah.
From the big $1 billion company. I'm not hating the designer. I'm not hating the child labor in India who made your Dua Lipa shirt. I'm not hating them. I'm hating the company that is enabling that kind of behavior because, well, we just gotta make more money. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Sure. But I still don't agree with stealing someone's designs.
Why not?
Because one person has made that design.
Yes, and then a big company uses their slaves to sell that design as shitty shirts that we pay too much money for, even though they don't pay their workers.
That's not all companies, though.
That's literally all companies, Rebecca.
No.
Yes, it is. Look up any company that has more than, 1,000 employees. They have slave labor. They have like anti-union laws. They they have terrible work conditions. They pollute, and they overprice their shit. They do.
Overpriced, yes, definitely.
I'm generalizing, but literally every company does that.
Most companies have anti-slave labor laws. You know that, right? Most big companies do.
Yes, most companies do, but they still outsource their labor to countries that does not have anti-slave labor laws. That's why all clothes are made in India or China.
See if there's a tag on this one. This is an H&M shirt, by the way.
Yes. So it's made by Sardip Printar, 5 years old, and he's knitted 16,000 sweaters in the last year.
This is made in China.
Made in China, okay, yeah. So Ping Wong, 3 years old, works 8 hours a day for $1 to make that shirt. Do you really want to support that company?
So instead of buying this shirt that cost me like not even $10, I'm gonna fork out $50 to buy it from some small company, independent person. $50 that I don't have extra, just because that way I'm not supporting child labor. Even though I know H&M have their own policies and rules against child labor, and as far as I understand, they've stopped using child labor. Same with they've stopped using unethical cotton and all that stuff. Mm. Because they got sued.
Yes. Because they say, oh, we're going to stop. Have they stopped?
I mean, sure, reading their website is probably not going to be approved.
No, because they're not going to say, like, our child laborers get an extra day off every week, but then they have to work an extra week every year. Like, they're not going to say that. This is what it says about their policy. H&M explicitly states that child labor is not accepted under any condition in their operations and supply chain. They say all their suppliers have committed to H&M's code of conduct, which includes child labor rules based on the UN Convention of the Rights of the Child. They have child labor case handling guidelines describing what actions must follow if child labor is suspected or identified, including remediation, compensating families, and education. Yeah. In their sustainability modern slavery reports, H&M claims to monitor compliance conduct audits and terminate relationships with suppliers if they violate standards. But then let's see here. Recent cotton sourcing. Here's some evidence and allegations. A 2025 investigative report by Transparentum, whoever that is, found widespread child labor and illegal adolescent labor among cotton producers in Madhya Pradesh, India. The report included H&M among the companies implicated as using cotton from those farms. That's the problem.
Okay.
And that's why, yes, make your own shirt. And if you really want it to look like their shirt, make it so it looks like their shirt. At least little Vikram doesn't have to, work 10 hours a day to make that shirt then.
So I have to work hard, make my money to barely get by, and still spend 5 times more to try and make a t-shirt as ethically as possible. Having to do all my research, trying to make sure that the cotton fabric I buy from my local fabric store is not picked by the same fucking child? Am I supposed to go to India to look it up?
No.
No.
But you can.
How are we supposed to do this ethically?
You can't. I'm not saying you can do everything ethically. No.
Exactly.
Because the companies have forced us to buy stuff that is made in unsafe conditions and with child slave labor, whatever. But like made in China wasn't a thing before the 1960s.
And why did it become a thing then?
Because it was cheaper to make the stuff in China. Because in China,
because we didn't want to spend money on the things that they were selling us.
The companies didn't want to spend money. They were still charging us for buying it. They could just, our stuff is cheaper. So don't buy the American-made car. Buy the Chinese-made car because it's cheaper. They're like, okay. Because back then nobody knew that, but we know now that in China they beat their employees if they don't make enough iPhones fast enough. To the point where people are throwing themselves out of windows, so they had to put up suicide nets outside of the factories. Because people were throwing themselves every day from the windows and rooftops because of the working conditions. We didn't know that in the 60s. We know that now, but we still make stuff in China. That's the problem.
Yeah. So we should just stop buying things. That's the solution, I guess.
Yes, that too.
Okay.
Like I buy clothes maybe maybe twice a year, I'll say. I usually buy some new summer clothes, and well, this year I don't really need new fall clothes, so I'm not gonna buy like a new pair of pants or whatever. And yes, I don't buy from the best company. I buy from Dressman because it's within my budget and my sizes. And I'm sure they don't. All of their stuff is not like super ethically made. But I also don't buy stuff like all the time. I don't like, I need a new shirt. No, I don't. I don't need a new shirt. I have plenty of shirts.
Unless there's holes in your clothing, you don't need to buy new clothes.
Yeah,
no.
But you still buy new clothes, don't you?
Only when they start falling apart.
Okay.
Or I need to go up or down a size.
But how often do you buy clothes?
Because the clothes don't fit. Like average, I guess, every third month. I buy like a couple of t-shirts or a couple of shirts or something. I'm not counting socks and underwear because that wears out.
I guess, yeah.
But like, I don't buy a new pair of jeans every month.
No.
Hell no.
No. But
I buy it maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
And then I buy shirts maybe a bit more because shirts usually wear and tear more than pants do.
But do you think you're like in the...
I am probably below average.
Exactly.
In numbers of items bought.
That's what I mean. I
also don't buy from Shein or any of those dropship dumbass shits where you literally actually know that they do only use slave labor and unethical labor.
Like here, I just quickly, once again, I'm just using ChatGPT because it's easier than Googling it. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I don't have time to fact check this. But here, like, how much clothes does an average person buy a year? Good, it's worldwide average. The average person buys around 60 new garments per year, according to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation and McKinsey reports. And the number has doubled in the last 25 years. While the average number of times each garment is worn has decreased by 40%, meaning people buy more but keep clothes for a short time. Yeah, they throw it out
because people can't repeat outfits and shit.
Yeah, Americans obviously the biggest consumers, between 60 and 70 new garments and 7 pairs of shoes per person per year. I have in the last, except for my Crocs, which I buy new ones when they wear out. I have bought 1 pair of shoes in the last 3 years.
I buy a new pair of
that's
sneakers
not fair.
When there's holes in them.
Because when I got the job I had last, I bought 2 new pairs of shoes. and then I had those for like 2.5 years, and I bought another pair last year. So in the last year, I bought one pair of shoes.
I think I've bought one pair this year.
Yeah, and here's numbers for Sweden. The average Swede buys about, I don't know why all of a sudden was in kilograms, but about 14 kilograms of textiles per year, roughly equivalent to 35 to 40 clothing items. Swedes throw away or recycle about 7.5 kilograms of textile per person per year.
Oh, that too. I never throw it away. I always recycle it.
Sure. Yeah. But
or donate.
Yeah. But I just think, like, I was also like super like pro-capitalist just a few years ago. No, I was like defending companies saying, "Oh, you can't just make your own fucking shirt that looks like that. No, you gotta buy the shirt." Like, no, you don't.
No, you don't have to. But it shouldn't be like buying your everyday clothing is fine. If you can thrift it, go for it. But you can't all the time. Like, we have, in my opinion, in Sweden, we have terrible thrift shops.
Yes.
There's nothing in them. If there's anything in them, it's in a size extra small. Like, they're always super tiny or super, like, worn.
Yeah.
You can't buy shit secondhand here. It's bullshit. I just don't understand why it's so fucking okay for, I mean, yes, slave labor and all that shit is bad companies, whatever. We do need to buy clothes. You can't walk around naked.
No, yeah, sure.
But why is it? I don't understand why it's okay for influencers and YouTubers and people online to just take someone's design and make it themselves. Sometimes not for selling, but sometimes they do fucking sell it on Etsy and shit. But when a big company takes inspiration from someone's designs that they saw on Instagram, it's stealing.
No, but both of those are stealing. I just get it
that we don't want big companies to make money.
Can you just show me a picture of something where a person or whatever, a small whatever company sells a product on Etsy that is a direct ripoff of a big company that hasn't been then discontinued because they actually stole it from the company. I mean, obviously, yes, you're going to find a bunch of stuff, but the companies usually shut that down. Please show me.
I don't have one specific item in mind. Okay. I only have it in the reverse because that's easier to find.
Yes.
Where a big company is being accused of stealing from a smaller company, because that will be reported on 1,000 times.
Yeah. Because that would be like if the king of Sweden walked into my house and said, "Look, can I have some money?" No! You have money! Why do you need my money? I don't have money, so if I can make money off of copying the king, I'm gonna.
That's not fair!
What do you mean? What do you mean it's not fair? It's not fair that he makes, I don't know how much money he makes for just being the king. Now I'm just making a weird example here.
Yeah, a very weird example, but sure.
What's fair? Is it fair that they use thousands of slave laborers and child laborers to make the clothes?
But you're going past the whole... I'm just talking about the fucking designs. I'm not talking about everything else.
But it's connected. It's endemic. Because, the designer just makes the design, yes. But then it's being sold by a company that uses slave labor to make the design.
What about the designs that are never put on fucking racks then? If we're talking like fashion shows and shit. They only make a few copies of the same dress.
Yeah.
To be worn by celebrities.
Yeah.
But still, others, companies like fucking H&M then, I guess, and Temu and Shein and all those idiots, along with YouTubers and influencers, make their own versions of those haute couture dresses. Haute couture means hand sewn.
Yeah.
And they sell their dupes on Etsy and online or on their own shops.
Well, you said H&M and Shein does it.
I mean, Shein does it, definitely.
On
I don't know about
Etsy?
H&M.
What do you
maybe.
mean?
No, but they sell them in their own shops.
Yeah, that's bad.
Thank you. But they're still stealing the design from Fendi or Gucci. Because they have exclusive items that aren't mass-produced. And those designs are still stolen. But that's fine.
No, who says that's fine?
Everyone who does it!
Yeah, but
that's never reported on.
What do you mean? That's big What are you talking about?
You have smaller companies doing that. They watch a fashion show.
What smaller company?
I don't know the names of all the fucking YouTubers who post it and then sell it on their shops.
But that's one person, that's not a company.
It's still a company. They're registered as a company.
Yeah, but do they sew their own stuff, or do they have workers that sew their stuff?
I don't know. They're still selling 100 of those dresses that are a copy of the fucking Marc Jacob design.
But you...
What?
I don't know. Is it a YouTuber or is it a company? I don't understand.
It's the same thing. A YouTuber and a company can be the same thing.
Right? Can you show me one person that does this?
Micah fucking what's her name?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
She does that all the time. I don't know if she sells all of them. What's her fucking name? Micah something DIY or whatever her name is.
Because if it's one person doing like hand sewing, yes, it's they're copying some sort of catwalk thing. It's not the best way to do it. But if they're just hand making each dress and selling it on their own, that's fine. Especially since they're not taking money from the companies or the designers who made the clothes, because they didn't make the designs for selling. Like you said, it's only like for the runway.
They do sell them to the celebrities, but they sell like they make 2 or 3 dresses in total. They hand sew them all and then they sell them.
Yeah, that's then. But then it's not like then you literally can't buy it yourself. So how are you? But I really like that one.
So you can't just steal a design because you like it.
But then we get into like where do you draw the line? Where is it just stealing or is it just taking inspiration? And once again, if the designer or the company or whatever does not consider it stealing, then it's not stealing. If they don't take legal action against Micah whatever, who designed her own or his own shirt, I don't know, their own shirt, then it's not stealing. Then it's just taking inspiration. And you're allowed to take inspiration from things.
Yeah, but then someone watches a bigger company take inspiration from something and claiming, no, I designed that.
But the bigger companies... The bigger company is making money.
So making money is the issue. As long as you make money, it's the issue. Yes,
that's the issue. And how you make the money is the issue. How you make the money... No, it's not making money. Everyone has to make money. It's how you make the money. That's the big issue. If you sew something by yourself, if you sew 10 dresses and you sell them on Etsy and you make some money off of it, that's fine because you made it. You didn't make someone else do it. You didn't put 1,000 people in a warehouse and make them sew the dresses for minimum wage, and then when the place burns down and kills 600 of them because you didn't follow fire codes,
So if let's say it this way then. If you design, we're using dresses because it's easier and you're not going to design a dress, but whatever.
Sure.
If you design a dress, you show it on a runway.
Yes.
You're small, it's just you. It's just you. You design it, you sew it yourself.
Yeah.
You show it on a runway. I then get inspired by your dress.
Yes.
Make 20 copies of it.
Yes.
By myself.
Yeah.
And I sell it and make $200 on it.
You make $200.
Put it cheap.
After all, you walk away with $200 more dollars than
Yeah.
you start with. And how much
and
money?
you get
How much
nothing.
money did I make? I guess I'm making a lot of money.
Nothing.
I didn't make any money.
You made nothing on that one.
How did I not?
That was
How did I not make any? When no.
because it was part of your fucking school project. You didn't make any money.
But
No, I'm just putting. This
Well,
is just
yeah,
a scenario.
that's bad.
This is just a scenario. Okay. Now, if you instead made $200,000,
Yeah.
and I made $200,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
no, because
So someone paid you $200,000 to design one dress and make that one dress.
Yes.
You used your own imagination and your own time to create this one piece.
Yeah.
And you get paid in cash. That's all you have to do. You just get paid for it.
Yes.
By someone.
Yeah. Fendi
And I do
wants
this-
me to
I
make a
sti- I
dress,
take-
and I make it for them.
I take your design
Yeah.
and remake it
Yeah.
and make about $200 from it.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, because I'll wipe.
I haven't stolen your intellectual property. Stolen.
Well, that depends. Have I what's it called? Have I
Trademarked it?
Yeah, exactly. Have I actually made it into an official intellectual property, or was it just something I came up with? And also,
Well, I changed 2 details, so it's not the
no,
same
but
dress.
maybe I didn't even register it as an intellectual property. Then I can't be mad about it.
No, but what if you did? And I
Okay, I
changed
did,
2
yeah.
or 3 details.
You know what?
So it
You know what?
looks slightly
Yeah,
different.
I made $200,000 off of that one dress, and I make 3 of those a year for the last 30 years. I wipe my ass with your $200. I don't care. Go ahead, because I'm not that greedy.
It would make me as a person feel terrible.
Well, then you're a greedy person.
No.
Yes, you
I
are.
don't care about the money. I could give them the $200 to not fucking make a copy of my dress then.
Why don't you want them to have a nice dress?
Why should they take my fucking design that I've worked on and made up?
Because they like your dress, but they can't buy yours since it's not for sale.
Then ask if you can make a copy.
Oh, so you think if I asked, I don't know what name, fucking Calvin Klein, like, I really like your jacket, could you make me one? Do you think he would say yes?
No.
No, of course, because he doesn't want to give you money. He wants to make money off of you. Even though he has
Maybe
all
he
the
would
money
go,
in
you
the
know
world.
what? I have a copy you can have. It's not exactly the same, but you can have this one.
No, he wouldn't even say that. He would say, "Oh, I have this off-color one that we were gonna throw out, but I can give it to you for $10."
Yeah.
But they were gonna throw it away and make
So?
$0 off of it. Why should I? Why do you need $10 from me then?
But it's still it's an intellectual property.
Not everything is an intellectual. You need to stop thinking about this as an intellectual property, especially when it comes to clothes. Because first of all, I don't know exactly, but I don't know. I don't think intellectual property works the same way when it comes to clothes.
You do own designs.
Okay. But I don't know how else to explain it, Rebecca. Like if I made $200,000 and I saw someone copying my design and they made $200, I wouldn't care. If they kept making this, selling thousands of them, and it was bad quality stuff, and people were like, this dress sucks ass, then I was like, maybe you should stop, dragging my name. Then I would be annoyed. But if they just made a little bit of money, I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay, what if we switch
I'm
the item
rich.
then?
Okay.
If you write a book,
Yes.
you spend years on it.
Yes.
Then someone puts it into fucking ChatGPT and makes an AI copy of it, changing a few words here and there, a name and a place.
Yeah.
And they sell it,
Yeah.
as well as you do.
Yeah.
But they make more money off of it. Even that, they don't have to make fucking more money off of it. They make the same amount as you. Would you not be pissed?
Yes.
Same thing.
No, it's
They've
not.
stolen your idea.
No.
They've taken your idea.
No, it's not. Because it's not that
Why
black.
not?
No, it's not. Because the dress you talked about, there was only 1 or maybe 2 or maybe 3 copies made. No one else. My book, you can buy my book.
Yeah, but people choose to buy the other one as well.
Yeah, and that
the idea, the original thought is still yours. Whether it's a dress or a book.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. Because then they I don't know. So okay, Rebecca. Why don't you just start doing that with books?
Because you get called out for it more.
Yeah, exactly. Because
people don't care about original thought and design when it comes to clothing.
But I don't understand. I'm not on the same YouTube as you. I don't. Is this like a widespread problem where like hundreds of thousands of people are making copies of designer clothes and selling them to people?
I don't know if it's 100,000, but there's a bunch of people.
What is a bunch of people?
I don't know numbers of it. I don't care about that, but that's the thing. I don't care about the numbers of it. I only care about the actual original thought.
I still would like to see someone make a copy of a one-of-a-kind dress and then selling it on Etsy or whatever. Can you show me one person that does that?
I'll have to look it up, but yeah, sure, I could probably find one.
Please do that right now. I'll edit.
Oh my god.
Because you haven't even shown me one person yet. One person. And I want it to be one of it, not... it doesn't even have to be, like you said, a one-of-a-kind object or a three-of-a-kind object you can't buy, and they're copying it and selling it. Not just making it for themselves.
Made by not a big company, then.
Yes. Well, yeah, sure. Shit. Where do we edit? My God, we've been going for an hour already.
I know. This could take an hour, that's the thing.
Yeah, so then the problem can't be that big.
No, because who the fuck would admit to selling dupes?
What do you mean? You admit by... Your sale is admittance.
Yeah, but they're not gonna post it everywhere.
Well, go... I'll fucking go to Etsy myself then. Go to Etsy then. Etsy...
Yeah, but Etsy isn't the best place to look. Okay. That's the thing.
Buying knockoff...
It's the people with their own knockoff
clothes. Yeah. The first thing comes up is madeinchina.com. China replica clothing. AliExpress. Alibaba. Mithercy? What the fuck is that? The 26 best designer dupes on Amazon right now. But that's Amazon.
Yeah, that's the thing. The ones you get up is Shein and Amazon when you search for it. The ones I'm thinking are always YouTubers making their own fucking versions of something. I don't know if they're selling it, but I don't care if they're selling it.
If they're not selling it, it's fine. Why is that not fine? That's I would take that as them admiring my design. Because how else would they, like... How... They really like my dress, but they can't buy it because I literally don't sell it. So...
But even if you are selling it and it's just expensive...
Yeah.
They make their own versions.
I wouldn't expect a regular person to pay $50,000 for a dress. I would be fine with that because I am not that greedy.
But when it's not even that expensive, they still do it.
And what do you consider expensive?
I mean...
Like, I have never paid more than $200 for an item of clothing.
I have a coat that originally cost about $500.
Yeah.
Sure, I got it on clearance.
Yeah.
But if I decided to just make that coat myself,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be rude?
No.
It's $500. Just buy it. If you can't buy it, wait until it's on clearance. Because everything fucking goes on clearance.
No, I don't think that's... No. I wouldn't think so. But if the company who designed it decides that they are not okay with it, then they are in their right to tell them to not.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to
But
hear.
I've said it over and over. The thing is...
No, because you keep going. But then it depends on how they're making their money. I don't fucking care.
No, I never said that. I always said I wouldn't care. But I also said that they don't care. Obviously, since they're not sending lawyers after them. But if they wanted to, I said yes. If it becomes a problem, then they sue the person.
And then it's okay if they sue the person. It's not that they're in the wrong for suing the person for stealing their design.
Yeah.
So then it is wrong to steal designs.
No. What? It's wrong to steal designs for profit. Yes.
It's wrong to steal designs either way. As long as the person who originally designed it decides that it's wrong.
The thing is, Rebecca, and now I'm genuinely getting pissed off. You are conflating a fucking Dolce & Gabbana suit with a T-shirt that a child made in India. They're not the same.
I don't care which item we're talking about.
Yes.
Either way,
there is nuance. You must understand that there is a difference. If someone wants to make
to designing, if I make a design, it's still my design, whether I sell it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that the problem is the greed on the other side. When Shein and H&M, whatever, that's the problem.
But that's not the question I have.
No, but you have to understand
my question
that there isn't a clear-cut answer. There isn't a clear-cut answer like that. There isn't. Because of the situation we've been put in. Like, by capitalism, I can't say, oh, yes, you're wrong, or yes, you're right. I can't. There is no... There is too big of a nuance there. You can't...
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No.
See... So you think everyone should be held to the same standard?
Yes.
Okay. So then it would be okay for me to use child labor to get ahead in life.
No.
But it is for those companies.
No.
We say it isn't, but they still do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're not.
So I can still think that it's wrong.
No, and we're not doing anything about it. Oh,
no, but what can I do?
Yeah, what can you do? Yeah, exactly. What can you do other than complain about it? Just like the YouTubers with the Sims DLC still being costing money. What can you do other than complain? That's why they complain. Because what can they do? It's the same thing.
You can just stop fucking complaining.
But that doesn't stop them making the DLC for money. That doesn't stop them making shirts in China.
You can stop buying it if you find it so offensive.
Yeah, and a lot of people have, but not enough people think that way. Not enough people are informed that way. Most people are dumb, and it's the exploit. And I can't blame people for being morons. That's just who people are. But then people who aren't morons exploit the fact that people are morons. That's the problem. It's a decency problem. It's a greed problem. That's the problem.
But if you're dumb enough to not understand what you're buying, then you shouldn't be buying shit at all.
But you're not dumb enough. You're not smart enough to understand why you shouldn't buy it. So of course you're gonna keep buying it. I like the shirt. That's their brain. I like it.
I don't.
And then the companies say, yes, you like it. So how about you buy it from us? for $10, although it costs us 10 cents to make it. Because we use child labor in China and Myanmar and India, where the value of a human life is much less than it is here. And we value human lives. We are pro-gay, we are pro-trans, but we still use slave labor in countries where they, don't have the same values. But on the surface, we have the same values. That's the problem.
And complaining about it helps because it puts the word out there
again,
or something.
It doesn't help. But should we just live in apathy? Should we just okay, there's nothing I can do about it, and just and what? Other than like we say, vote with your wallet. Yeah, we can do that. But like I said, that's 10% of people that understand that that's how it works. The rest are just, oh, but I like it. That's the problem. Like I say, that's the problem. Because then those are the people that the companies can exploit. I understand you, and I agree with you to some extent. Like, of course, in a perfect world, no one should steal anyone else's design, even if it's a one of a kind item. Like, no, make your own legally distinct dress or shirt or whatever. Then, yes, but in the place we are right now, as long as you're not once again, if you're just you, one person, not even two people, I'll go that far, and you're sitting at home sewing or knitting the thing and selling it on your own for to eke out not even a living but a profit, go ahead. But that's if it's a one-of-a-kind unique item. If I want to paint a Mona Lisa and I do really well, and I want to put it up in my apartment, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because the fucking owner of the Mona Lisa is dead.
Yeah.
But if you copy I don't know any modern artists, a fucking Banksy.
Yeah.
And put it in your house. Yeah. Isn't that bad? Isn't that stealing his art? Their art? I don't know.
I think Banksy would say no. Banksy would say, no, that's cool, man. Because he's fucking for the revolution. Well, nah, he's a capitalist as well. But he would have to play the artist and say, yeah, man, stick it to the man. I'm part of the problem. Because it doesn't matter. The guy's a multi-millionaire. He doesn't care. And he shouldn't care. And if he wants to care, go ahead. He can care. But if he's a decent enough human, he won't care. He's allowed to care. I'm not saying you're not allowed to say, oh, please don't copy my thing. You're allowed to do that. But if this person is just making 1% of what you're making, I don't think most decent people would care. If they're starting to oh shit, they're making half of what I'm doing and I'm seeing a drop in my sales and it's affecting me? Yeah, please stop. I could, but most people wouldn't care about other people copying their designs.
I still don't agree with that part. I think it's unfair to copy and steal someone's design, whether it's for profit or not.
Yes, in theory, it is. I agree.
Thank you.
And I have explained that. Like I said.
Yeah, but we don't need to go on further. But because there's no but.
Yes, there is a but.
No, the design is the design. That's all we're talking about. If you're stealing a design, you're stealing a design. If you make money off of it, that's even worse.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is the design, the one item, the intellectual fucking thought you had to create whatever it is, As long as you put it into the world in a physical form, it's yours.
Okay.
It shouldn't be stolen, no matter who you are.
Okay. We can take it one step further then. Where did this idea for that dress come? Was it inspired by other things you've seen?
Of course, everything's inspired by what you see.
Oh, okay.
But maybe not a fucking dress. Maybe it's inspired by a flower.
Sure. But some inspiration is going to come from other clothes.
If it's inspired by another dress, as long as it's not similar enough, if it's different enough that people don't go, oh, I've seen that before, it's fine.
Okay.
If people go, wait, I've seen that dress before, then you've stolen a design.
So where do you draw that line? Legally, where do you draw that line and call it intellectual property? In IP theft?
I don't know. It's moral to me. It's not legal. It's moral.
Exactly. It's a moral issue. So if the person who designed the shirt or the dress or whatever says, oh, they're copying my dress, I'm fine with that, then it's fine.
I guess, but I personally wouldn't feel fine with stealing someone else's design, even if they're not saying anything.
And you wouldn't be fine with anyone else stealing your design?
No.
That's okay. That's okay.
I don't understand then how people have the bad fucking morals to look at a fucking thing and go, I'm gonna make that myself. And not give it to the brand, not tell them, not ask them, not anything. Just go, or the other person, the other designer. Just go, nah, I like it, I make it, I see it, I take it, basically. It's mine now.
Okay, can you then at least show me one person who does that on YouTube? I don't care if it's for profit or if it's a company. Just show me someone, one person who straight up ripped off a design.
There are these two Canadian girls. The Sorry Girls, that's the one. I stopped watching them because they started making a kind of the fuck did they call it? Something flippant or like designer dupes. I think they called it just designer dupes or something.
Okay.
Where they go into expensive websites.
Show me.
They find I'm trying to find the playlist. They find like a lamp they like, and they're like, but it costs $200, so I'm gonna make it myself.
Yeah.
Dupe that design. There it is.
Okay.
That's the one. No, is it that one? No, that's not it. Where the fuck is it?
Maybe it was taken down because people actually had a problem with it, and that's fine.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, then it's fine.
It's fine that they did it, or it's fine that they stopped?
It's fine that they did it until the person who designed the lamp wasn't fine with it and said, please stop, and they stopped. Aha, here we go. The original creator of the table is Jane Dandy. Thank you so much for your inspiring work. I have a personal Pinterest board. I always keep my inspired. The whole video is 30 minutes long. There's always keeping my inspired for new projects. Okay, it's a first lesson. Learn how to spell. That's what I say before you stop stealing people's ideas.
Designs.
So I thought I'd take you along the process today. I've had this book table picture pinned for a while now, and I also wanted to try and make it myself after doing lots of research. I still can't seem to find the original maker, but then the editor said that it's Jane Dandy. But I'm so excited to take a go at it myself. Next, I thrifted a circular blah 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 blah. Okay, but is the where is the fucking table? The table is it for sale?
The one they're duping or the one they actually make?
The one they're duping, the original design.
I don't know if it's for sale. I don't care if it's for sale.
What? But
they're taking someone else's design and making it for themselves.
Yeah, okay.
That's wrong.
But there's not. But what is wrong? It's imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Ever heard of that? If they say like, "Oh my God, this bookshelf that you made, Jane Dandy, whoever that is, like it's so beautiful. Can I buy it from you?" And they say, "No, sorry, I don't sell it. I just made it for myself. I wanted to share my crafting ideas on Pinterest." What are you supposed to do then? Just not like make it yourself? Then it's not stealing. That's taking inspiration. Yeah, there you can start saying like, okay, they're just making things you can buy. But this one, the first one, if you literally can't buy it, what are you supposed to do? Not make it yourself?
Fine, if you literally can't buy it, then fucking make it yourself then. But what about the other ones where they take things that you can buy just because it's expensive?
Yeah.
I make it myself.
Now we're starting to get into the murky territory, like, but in that picture, it doesn't look the same. That's not the same.
But they're pulling up the original light.
Yeah.
And saying, I'm gonna make something that looks like this because I don't want to pay out, what is it, 480 Canadian dollars or US dollars. I'm not sure. They're Canadian. That's all I know. Find it in a thrift shop. If you so desperately want that one. Or just fork out the $480. Don't make your own little design on it and go like, so if you don't want to pay $480, you can make it yourself.
Yeah.
That's where it's stealing.
It's not stealing, though.
They're showing other people how to take something someone has put in time and money into to make it themselves so that the original person can't get money from it anymore.
They still make money.
Yes, because some people are decent enough to fucking buy it.
Yeah.
But they're trying to show people how to steal.
No.
And that's okay.
No. But that's where the nuance comes in. You can't...
This is a hill I'm willing to die on, by the way.
Okay. That's really bad. I'm sorry, I do not agree with that. That's really, really bad. Yes, of course, it's more murky if you're stealing from someone, or if you're copying like a small design bureau or company or whatever that has like 10 employees and they make a couple of lamps a year. They cost a lot because it's designer handcrafted stuff. Yeah, sure. But they're reliant on these 10 lamps a year or whatever to make their nut, so to speak. If they start dipping into their profits, their earnings, then yeah, that's a problem. But if you just want to copy an H&M shirt, I don't give a fuck. There it isn't a matter of principle anymore. It isn't.
So it's okay to steal from the rich.
Yeah. It's not stealing! You're copying! It's different! It is different. You're not literally taking a shirt off the rack and not paying for it. You're not. You're making it your own. It's a copy. It's not the same. Even if it looks exactly the same, it's not the same.
But it's okay to copy from the rich then.
Yes, that's what everyone does. That's why everyone buy fake fucking chains and stuff, because they want to look rich when they're not. Of course it's okay to copy the rich.
I think that's morally wrong.
Oh, it's morally wrong. But But it's not morally wrong to outsource all your construction to China. Yeah.
That is also morally wrong, of course.
So it wouldn't then be better to make your own instead of buying the morally corrupt company's phone or whatever?
Yeah, but make your own design then. Why copy someone else's?
Because it looks nice.
Tough shit.
But why is that aspect of it so important, but the fact that they literally kill people to make their stuff is not important?
It is important, but I can't impact that.
And one doesn't outweigh the other?
No, because they're very different things. I can choose not to copy someone else's design, but I don't have the power to control what a big-ass company does and how they choose to pay their labor.
Okay, they're two different things, but they're both moral issues, and one is much worse than the other.
Sure.
But you think they should still...
But I only have influence enough to impact one of them.
No, you don't. You can influence and impact both. Stop buying their stuff so they stop using slave labor. Make your own shit.
I don't have the ability to make my own shit.
Then stop.
I can't sew. Then go naked.
No,
or what?
but then buy from companies that use ethically sourced material.
I can't afford them because they charge twice or thrice the money.
So buy less clothes.
And again, then walk around fucking
You
naked.
have clothes, don't you?
Yeah, but they're all from H&M.
Yeah, okay. So stop buying new clothes.
Okay, and when they wear out and I can't wear them anymore, I pay 500 crowns instead of 50 crowns.
Yes.
For a t-shirt.
Yes.
I can't afford that.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Yes. What? No. Yes, you can.
First of all, try and find a fucking t-shirt from anywhere that isn't a fast fashion, as they call it, even though I don't agree with that term. I hate that term.
That's literally what it is.
That is my size, my comfort, my price.
No, yeah.
That I can afford without cutting my own budget for anything else in life in half.
Here. I didn't even chat to you. I just Googled 99 sustainable clothing brands by budget.
Okay.
And the criteria is ethical practices, so they adhere...
Size inclusivity.
Hold on. Yeah, employees receive fair wages, safe working environments.
Send me the link. I want to look at them because I want to make sure that they actually follow the rules. Just like we want to make sure H&M actually.
I just started
reading.
I haven't gotten that far yet. Then it's eco-friendly and sustainable. So they practice sustainability throughout their manufacturing progress, including all natural and organic materials, low-impact processes, and recycled, upcycled materials. Design from chic, blah, 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 blah. Design I don't care about. The best sustainable clothing designs for every possible occasion and need. Okay. Affordable. While sustainable fashion can be on the pricey side, we made the effort to organize a list of our 99 brands by budget, so you can find the pieces you're looking for at a cost that works for you. Okay. Shop by price. The cheapest. Packed. The size range from extra small to 2XL.
That's not very inclusive. Here, a fucking crew neck shirt. Yeah. I took Quince because they had up to 3XL at least. Is $50. Yeah.
So you're telling me, like, in a year?
And it's Mongolian cashmere. How do you take care of Mongolian cashmere? You can't just throw it in the laundry machine.
Okay. So because you can't wash it, it's easier to just buy slave labor.
No, because then you have to factor in handing it into the dry cleaners costs another. I think I have one coat that I have to give to the dry cleaners. I do it once a year because it costs me $50. You need to wash clothes you wear directly onto your body more than once a year.
But did you look at just speaking of the sizes, it says here, size range, the first one, packed, XS to 2XL, up to US 20. I don't know what the 20 in US sizing is. Do you know?
That's about an XL in Sweden.
That doesn't make sense. US sizes are always bigger, aren't they?
No.
Okay.
Not in clothing. Also, it differs because on Toad & Co, their XL is up to US 14.
Yeah.
So you need to research and try out all the brands to see which one you actually work.
Yeah.
Which actually works for you.
Oh my god, all that labor you have to do to make sure people don't burn alive in the factories in India. Like, I'm not saying, once again, it's not a black and white issue. You decide how much you want to care about it. But you dying on the hill of intellectual property has nothing to do with that.
It does, though.
No. That's not the same. It isn't.
Because my question wasn't about making money off of it.
That's what capitalism... Then it's not a capitalist issue, Rebecca. Then it's an intellectual property issue. I thought we were talking about the way money ruins the world.
Yeah, but, okay... The only money there I was questioning was how the fucking YouTubers make money off of making copies of designer items because they're too cheap to buy.
They don't make money off of making copies. They make money off of ads. That's the difference.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have those fucking ads if it didn't have any videos to post, and it wouldn't have a video to post if they didn't make the copy.
Oh, you know what then? Then we can just shut down this podcast because we wouldn't have a podcast without the movies that people make.
We're talking about the movie. We're not making a copy of the movie.
Because we can't make a copy of a movie. So then it's okay. But we're still making money off of them. Sometimes even making money off them even though we didn't pay for watching the movie. Because we look at them online sometimes when we can.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of us doing that sometimes. Okay.
Good.
Which is why I pay for 4 different streaming services and still go to the movies every now and then. And I buy movies off of Amazon.
So then
I pay for them.
But then it's okay.
Via
it's
Play
okay to sometimes steal the movie.
No, not really.
Thank you. But you still do it.
Yeah, because unfortunately we can't get all movies here in Sweden.
You can with a VPN. Get a VPN. But then all of a sudden it becomes...
VPNs are a fucking scam.
No, they're not. They work fine.
Yes, they are.
But then it becomes a cost issue, and then all of a sudden, like, no, it's too expensive to buy the VPN, pay for it every year just so you can buy a movie from American on Amazon or whatever, and you don't want to pay that money. So then it's okay to steal, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay, but you still do it.
Yes, because I'm immoral that way.
Yeah. See? And they did copy designer furniture and clothing because they're immoral that way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just asking, how can they do that?
That's how they do it. Literally, they just do it. That's how they do it. Because as long as the company who designed it or the designer who designed it does not consider it theft, it isn't. Intellectual property isn't.
But if we get copyright stricken for talking about a movie, you would be perfectly fine with that.
No.
No.
Because we haven't. But
it's okay if the designer sues the YouTuber for stealing their design.
Yes. Because they have copied something. I'm saying it's not a. It's like I said. It's not a. It's not a. It's not a. It's not a direct comparison. It's not black and white. There's case by case basis. You can't just unequivocally say this is how we're gonna deal with every case of IP theft or every case of copying or whatever. It needs to be dealt with on a case by case basis. There is no clear-cut answer. That is the problem.
I still see a difference between stealing a design and watching a movie online.
Yeah, but we don't pay for it sometimes. We never pay for it when we watch it online. Once we did. Kid Detective. Or I actually bought it. I don't know if you did.
No, I think I bought it. And I buy a lot of the movies we're watching. Because I buy them on Amazon or Viaplay or whatever the fuck streaming services you can buy them on. That exist in Sweden, if they're available in Sweden to buy. Yeah. If they're not, I can't do it. Then what should I do? Travel to America to watch it?
You can buy a region-free Blu-ray player and just buy the Blu-ray.
If it's not available on Blu-ray, then.
Yeah, then what are you supposed to do? You have to pirate it.
Yes, but that is 1 in a fucking 1,000.
Yeah.
But going on a website and seeing, I like that lamp, but I can't afford it. I don't want to pay for it. And then making your own is not the same. You haven't tried.
What do you mean haven't tried?
You haven't gone through all the hoops to see that, okay, this isn't available anywhere except for on this specific pirate site.
Yeah.
You just went straight to, instead of trying to buy it cheaper somewhere else, or at least buying contacting the company, fuck should I know, go to a thrift shop, try to find the same design that you want. Instead, you just straight go into, nah, I'm gonna steal this and do it myself.
Yeah. Just like you wouldn't go and buy ethically made clothes because it's too expensive. Okay, and yes, your size is whatever, but in general, it's because it's the price. Admit that, at least. Yeah,
sure, it's partly the price.
So instead, you buy the
and availability. It's hard to find a company that has that even sells ethically sustainable clothing.
I found 100 companies for you here, so
they don't have a full range of items.
Across 100 companies, I think they do.
But all of them aren't. Reformation is on this list. Reformation is not good.
Okay. Why? Okay. Okay, that's one.
They are expensive. They are not sustainable. And they do have child labor as far as I know.
Okay. Okay, that's one.
This was they were number 8 on this list.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's one again. Okay, but I should have asked this a long time ago. Cause do you know what anecdotal evidence is?
No. The fuck is anecdotal evidence?
That's when you have one example to confirm your theory. Then it's it's like basically saying, well, I heard. And there's a lot of that you've been using, like, well, this one person on YouTube, this one person on Etsy, like, it's not a widespread problem. And like I said, yes,
no, who the fuck said it's a widespread problem?
And okay, so one so far, we can probably find more, but I'm saying 1 out of these 99 companies is not following these rules that they've set up. But there are others. So, other than you don't want to pay $50 for something instead of $10.
No, I can't afford $50 instead of $10.
So if you save up for a year, you can't spend $50 on a shirt.
But I can't wait a year to buy a shirt.
You mean that a year from now, you will have 0 shirts left. You will literally walk around in a bra.
Probably, yes. If I don't buy any more clothes.
12th of October.
If I save to buy one shirt for $50, I won't have any shirts to wear until I buy that shirt.
Okay.
This t-shirt is on the last fucking lap. This is
why
falling apart.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I can't wear this out.
But then
it's not, what's the word? It's not decent.
So then you throw it out and you put on another shirt that you have in your closet.
Yeah. I don't have that many other shirts in my closet.
Okay.
The one I wear the most has a hole in it.
Well, throw it out then.
No, because I can't find one that is equally as comfortable.
So then you're okay with wearing it?
Not even for $1,000.
So then you're okay with wearing it? What is the problem
At
then?
home, yes.
Yeah, what is the problem then?
Luckily, I don't leave the house
that's
that
not
much.
then that's not an issue. That's not an argument then. You can still wear that. You're not naked. Okay. Next shirt. This is what I'm saying. You're not willing to pay for the more expensive but people friendly clothes. So instead you buy slave labor clothes. These people are they can't afford or are not willing not willing to pay for the expensive people friendly lamp, but instead of buying the IKEA lamp made by slaves in whatever, they make their own. Isn't that better?
But they're stealing someone's design. Make a lamp, but just don't make it look like that.
It doesn't.
Then.
The one you showed me, it doesn't look like the same lamp. It's similar.
Yes, it does.
It's a white fluffy thing, but it doesn't have the same shape. It doesn't have the same. The light bulb is different. The fucking.
Well, she didn't make the light bulb. She bought the light bulb.
Whatever.
I promise you that.
Okay, the fucking luminance or hue, whatever you want to call it, the Kelvin on the lamp isn't even the same. Like, it's not the same. It's inspired by the one she saw on the site. And isn't that better than buying a cheap lamp that was made unethically?
But then why even make that fucking lamp? Because it's pretty.
Yeah, because it's pretty, and she wanted a lamp. So she made a lamp. That's great. We should all make our own stuff if we could. People used to do that back in the day. But oh no, now we have to have iPhones, so we can't make those ourselves, so we'll just buy them from Apple instead. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is definitely a problem. I still don't agree with people stealing other people's designs.
And I agree to that. But can you understand the other issue? The broader issue.
Yes, of course I understand the other issue.
So what are we arguing about?
The fact that as soon as I say I don't agree with stealing someone's design, you say, no, but it's okay if.
Yes.
I don't like the but it's okay if.
So let's I don't. If someone walked into your house, just walked in and just took something that, and for some reason, just put yourself in that mindset, you were like, I don't use that anyway. Like, technically, according to the law, yes, you're committing a crime, but would you call the cops even if you didn't care?
Of course.
Yeah, because
it's my thing. I don't care if I don't like it. It's still my thing. They still committed a crime.
Yes, I know.
After I'd called the cops, I would have said, if you asked me, maybe I would have given it to you instead. Yeah. But since you're dumb enough to not ask, fuck you.
But that's a super extreme example. I'm not saying literally, but do you understand that some people, that the designer of that lamp, if they saw the video, they could say, no, please take that video down or whatever. But they could also say, oh, I'm so happy you like my design. Can you understand?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I still think it's immoral that they even did it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't care if the designer's fine with it. I still think it's bad.
Yeah, okay. But you understand that they might actually think it's like, oh, how nice you like my lamp. I'm sorry you can't afford a.
But I think it's really fucking ugly of someone to just go, oh, I'm gonna make money off of making this video where I make this lamp because I'm too cheap to buy it. When you make enough money, because they fucking make enough money to buy that lamp. Trust me.
Yeah, but they're not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But they should just stop.
Yeah.
So if they didn't make the okay, here's that, because
they do other videos that they make money off of. where they don't steal designs.
If they didn't make a video, if they just made the lamp for themselves, they were looking through a catalog or watching a website, whatever. Like, oh, it's a pretty lamp. Ah, shit, I don't have $500 to shell out for a lamp. I'll just make it on my own. And they hang it up in their house or apartment or whatever.
And never show it to anyone except for the people walking into the house? Yeah, that's fine.
So that's the only... So it's okay to steal intellectual property as long as you don't show it to anyone.
Yeah, because no one fucking knows it happened.
Oh, okay. I promise you the designer doesn't know it happened.
No, but I know it happened.
You know it happened! Okay.
And the I don't know how many views that video had. Oh God, stop. I wanted to open it on in YouTube.
It has 187,000 views, the lamp video.
The second one, yeah. The first one has 268,000 views.
Okay.
They have 2.2 million subscribers.
Yeah, subscribers has nothing to do with it. Wait, that doesn't matter. Subscribers mean nothing. Because they...
So if 268,000 people made that first Scandinavian light...
but they didn't.
No, but what if? What if 50% of them did it?
Okay, yeah. Then there wouldn't be a problem. Yes.
And that's what they're giving people the means to steal. I hate it.
Showing them that you can make it on your own. They're not telling you to do it. They're just showing you can.
Yeah, and I can tell you that you can go into a museum and take the painting, but you shouldn't.
Well, that's literally stealing. They're not taking anything. They're just copying. That's the difference also. I'm not saying that one thing, I'm saying it again. That could still be something that the original designer can say, tell them please stop, and they would be in their right to do that. But that's not the same as what...
Good!
Yeah! Well, tell them then. You know what? Contact the designer. You have the name of the people who made the lamp. Tell them, hey, excuse me, this YouTube channel is copying your bookshelf or whatever it was, a table or whatever it was. Doesn't that feel bad that they're taking your design? Ask them. And if they're fine with it, ask them why. And since it's their design, you're gonna have to accept their answer.
Sure.
Yeah.
But am I supposed to... So, yeah, okay. So I'll start contacting every single person that has a design copied on anyone's YouTube that I come across.
If it's that much of a problem for you, do that. I'm not saying, you know, for your own satisfaction, do that then. If it's such a problem for you, go ahead.
So you don't think it's morally wrong what they're doing?
Not really, okay. No.
Then this entire episode is void. Fuck it.
We're not gonna agree with each other, but can you understand my point of view?
Can you understand mine?
Yes. I've said that many times.
Yeah. I understand your point of view too, but you're turning the subject towards another thing every single time.
Yes, because it is a greater issue than just stealing intellectual property.
Yes, there are many more greater issues in the world than stealing intellectual property.
That are part of the same problem. Of course,
that are part of the same problem. Yeah. The environmental issues as well.
Yes. So I'm fine with them making their own lamp, or their own table, or their own shirt, if they want to do that. And if 180,000 people want to watch them do that, and maybe 10,000 of those make their own table, hey, that's fine. I don't.
Okay.
As long as the original creator is fine with it, because hey, that's also another one. It's their intellectual property. If they want to let people do whatever they want with their intellectual property. That's their right. As the
True.
That's also why it's not a clear-cut moral issue, because if they're fine with it, then it's not a moral issue.
But then we can go even further if you want to. Like, we can continue this. Because if you're stealing the sign from someone who sells it in a shop, the people in that shop might lose their jobs because of people making their own versions of it eventually. Because they're not selling enough, so you can't keep 5 employees, we can only keep 2. And I'm sorry, but you're getting let off. Because of that job loss, maybe they can't find another one, and they end up on the streets. That's not a bad thing. Did this YouTuber not just take someone's job, someone's livelihood away from them and put them on the street?
But then once again,
in the very long, long run of the many details down the road, isn't that the same thing?
That is a very very specific example.
Yeah.
And
And going to the thrift shop and buying those plastic cups and things that she made the light out of, when that light breaks and she throws it away, will she make sure that is put into into the correct recycling? With the paint she put on that plastic work with the recycling, or will it ruin all of the plastic in that specific landfill, so that when that gets recycled, it ruins everything and we can't reuse that plastic ever again, and it kills 10,000 million fishes in the sea because it ends up in the sea
from one lamp.
From one lamp. They say that if you put the wrong kind of thing into the different recyclings, the wrong kind of plastic sometimes, it ruins the entire batch and they can't make it into other things. They have to throw it away. And it ends up in the fucking ocean. At least here in Sweden.
No.
Isn't that bad? Isn't that as equally as bad as poor Vikram or whatever you said having to pay for work in the fucking factories? Isn't that also bad?
But you're throwing it. Yes. Now please.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's bad in your fantasy scenario. Now please show me how.
Please show me the fucking thing about the factory workers. I haven't seen that shit.
You've never heard of.
I've heard.
But you've never seen. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. People are lying about it. People are lying about it for what reason?
I don't know. To make money, I guess.
How do they make money off of lying about H&M having slave labor?
Because they get to make articles about it and post it online and get people read it behind a paywall.
Okay. And if they're lying about it, you don't think H&M would tell them to stop? Because that's called slander? Libel? I don't know which one is in written form. Whatever. And if it's not true,
yeah, probably.
It would make them have to stop?
But maybe H&M is too big to see this tiny little article.
Well, if it's that tiny, they're not making any money off of it.
Yeah, of course they are. They're always making money off of it.
But if it's so tiny...
Should we just give up?
No, because you're being unreasonable. Because now you're just saying, like, oh, this one person, making their one lamp has a chain reaction where 5 people lose their job and is thrown out in the streets, and the ocean start boiling because all the plastic in the world is thrown into the ocean. That's unreasonable. I can make that say, oh, you're not willing to pay $50 for a cashmere shirt instead of $5 for an H&M shirt, so now 10 children died because you weren't willing to pay $50. Is that okay?
But why? You need to give me the in-between. How did it end up there?
How did it end up there? Because you bought the cheap shirt. That's how. And the cheap shirt was made cheaply by children in India. That's how. What is the in-between? What do you mean? What else? What other details do you need?
Wait. So hold up.
Please ask me anything. I can give you down.
How did they die because I didn't pay $50? How did they die because I didn't pay $50? My $50 ain't paying their fucking lunches.
No, but your $5 is also not paying their lunches because you're not getting any lunches. But you bought the cheap shirt. Therefore, you're putting money into a system that perpetuates child slavery, child labor.
Yeah, but if I paid out $50, it's not gonna give them more money.
No.
It's just gonna take money from me and give it to some other rich asshole.
What?
So why should I suffer?
So by her making her own lamp, she's not taking money from the designer. I don't know. What do you mean it's not?
I don't know where you were trying to get to. If I buy the expensive shirt, 10 people die. What?
No, that's not what I said. If you buy the cheap shirt, 10 people die.
Yeah, and if I buy an expensive shirt, 10 people die either way.
And if she buys the expensive lamp, 10 people will die anyway. What's the difference?
The difference is that I haven't stolen the idea from anyone.
But then, what are we having the argument about? 10 people are gonna die anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't asking about the people dying.
What are you asking about then?
If it's immoral.
Yeah, and I say that there is more to it than that. It's not just a yes or no. It isn't.
Then, no, okay, fine. Then let's leave it at that. This is one terrible episode to put out, by the way.
Because I don't see why you...
Should we end it?
Yeah, sure.